Hey everybody, checking back in. I'm in the back of this minivan on my way to Playa Blanca, Peru, which is a island near Cartagena. Now, one of my friends, Andres, actually has a friend out there that owns his own hostel. So he told me that I could go and, just stay at his hostel for damn near free. And that's what I'm doing. Now, the problem is, well, there's a few problems. First of all, I was supposed to take a 12 p.m. bus, but I missed that bus. So I had to spend the next 5 hours just chilling and waiting for the 5 p.m. bus, which is the one I am on right now. The problem is, when I get to Peru, it's gonna be dark. So I'm gonna be looking for this hostel in the dark on the beach. Now, some of you might be thinking like, who cares if it's dark? Like, you got the coordinates on Google Maps. No, I don't. This hostel is nowhere to be found. No, it's not on Hostel World. It's not on Google Maps. It's literally just, it doesn't exist on the internet. It's already starting to, get less light out here. So it's definitely gonna be dark by the time that I get there, which is not something that I necessarily love. Also, I am carrying some pretty heavy bags, about 26 kilos in total, so that doesn't really help either. Now, if you ask me how I feel right now, honestly, I'm pretty nervous. It's never nice, it's never fun to have to go somewhere out in the dark and figure out where the place that you're trying to go at is actually located. But, it always works out, so why won't it this time, right? So hopefully next time you guys see me, I'll be in the actual hostel, chilling in a hammock, and I will not have a worry in the world. Okay, so this just happened. After like 10 minutes on the first bus, they actually pulled over to this garage here. Jesus Christ. So they pulled over to this dodgy ass garage, and they actually made me switch buses. So I'm all by myself in this big ass bus. Hopefully I'm still going to Playa Blanca. I literally saw them put on the wheels to this thing. So this bus didn't have the wheels. So as I was sitting in my previous bus, I saw them putting on new wheels. Well, they were not new wheels, like very rusty, busted up wheels onto this bus, and that's the bus I'm driving right now. Like, this is way too adventurous for my liking. Like, I like me a good adventure, but man, this is crazy. Good morning, vlog. I made it. I was nervous as hell last night in that bus, and I actually had to look for my hostel in the complete and utter darkness, but as you can tell, I did find it. So this morning I woke up in my little cabana, and right there, as you can tell, we have the Caribbean Sea. It was a pretty eventful night because I'm not used to sleep in, a bed like this. It was hot, there was a lot of noises, and a few times I woke up and I said, man, like, I don't know where I am. Like, I was having nightmares. But when I woke up and I saw this view, it was all worth it. And right now, I'm feeling great, I'm feeling relaxed, I'm happy to be here. And I'll be showing you guys around the beach of Playa Blanca in Peru. When I made it to the hostel, there was no electricity, no light, no nothing, so it was just complete and utter darkness. And my host actually didn't know that I was coming. Apparently there was a little miscommunication, so I was like, yeah, I'm Lorenzo, I'm supposed to be here. She's like, okay. But she's a wonderful, very nice lady, and it all turned out in the end. I mean, this is just like the type of stuff that happens when you're traveling by yourself. Like, you gotta get used to that. You have to make sure not to panic, never get nervous, and always remember that, in the end, things will work out. It's just worrying and getting upset will never solve anything. So this is what the Caribbean coast looks like in Colombia. Very peaceful, very safe. and basically hostels and restaurants everywhere. That seems to be the core business here. There's literally nothing but hostels and restaurants. And obviously if you want to go out and do some water sports, like you can rent a jet ski, you can take a canoe, you can go snorkeling, all those types of things. I love these places for a short period of time. Like I love coming here, just kind of like, you know, relax, unwind, and because there's almost like Wi-Fi is almost non-existent here, so it really gives you time to think about everything and kind of disconnect from the world. But all that being said, honestly, I couldn't be here for a long, extensive period of time. Mainly because everything here revolves around relaxing and just chilling, and like no one is really trying to get anything done around here. Yesterday, I actually missed my bus. I was supposed to take the 12 p.m. bus. I ended up missing it by 5 minutes. So I had to sit there and wait for 5 hours for the next bus at 5 p.m. So I was like, man, I have got to make this count. Like I've got to make this, I've got to flip this somehow into a productive time. So I decided to check out tickets for my flight home. As you guys know, I hadn't really decided on when I was gonna go back home, so I was looking for flights, and yesterday I decided that I'm flying home on the 18th of December. So that's when the South America trip will be over. I'll be well in time for Christmas, and I mean, I just found this amazing deal, which is like this super cheap flight directly to Brussels, so I couldn't pass up on that. And I like to live by the motto that everything happens for a reason, so I like to tell myself that I missed that bus so I could, you know, get a really cheap flight back home. Otherwise I might have missed that deal. So that gives me about 5 more weeks here in Colombia, which is great. Like it gives me time, but also it's nice when you have an actual ending point to your travel. Otherwise you're just kind of like floating and you're not really sure what you're doing. So it did feel good having that, you know, having that ticket set and bought. I can't wait to find out what's gonna happen in those next 5 weeks, because as you guys know, it's been pretty crazy. Like the last month, so much has happened. I feel like I'm, you know, starting to get a really good idea of what Colombia is all about, and I've already learned so much in such a short time due to my failures and due to my fuck-ups. The thing that I'm most grateful for is that this trip has really given me a whole new appreciation for Europe and, you know, my home country. Yes, it's beautiful, yes, it's amazing, as you can tell, and it has so many pros, but there's just like a few cons, man, and like those cons, and obviously I'm talking about, you know, general safety, are just so, like, they're so severe. They really tip the scale, and at the end of the day, I'll be back here for sure. I'll come back, like, you know, but I could not see myself actually living here for a long term. Like, that's not gonna happen. And now, without noticing, I just pulled up to my hostel. This is my guy Elvis right here. That's mi amigo. He works here at the hostel that I'm staying at. He's the bartender, you know, just the chaperone. Takes care of everything, all around great guy. Made me an amazing breakfast this morning as well. And now I am about to hop in and catch some more waves. This man right here, that's the real MVP. So last night, as I told you guys, I missed the 12 p.m. bus, so I had to wait until the 5 p.m. bus. So I didn't get here until like 6:30. It was pitch dark and I didn't know where my hostel was. So Javier, this guy, was the only one that was on the bus with me. So as we're getting off, I'm asking him like, man, do you know where this hostel is? And he didn't even know because they had recently changed their name. But he was so kind to walk with me all the way down and look until we found the hostel. So we were like looking for like a good 45 minutes, and Without him, I wouldn't have found it. So, montón de gracias, amigo. Gracias. And when you're here, make sure to visit El Canoa. Hostel El Canoa. Check it out. It's a really cool place. It's one of the best spots on the beach. And just ask for Javier. He's the man around here, and he helped me get to my hostel safe. So, I definitely owe him one. Thanks a lot, David.
No one girl can satisfy me. Me need more fuel for the lime green. Me no one girl can deny me. Me no see me change shiny but white free. Me a controller, young soldier, once over. Any man at this way I get slow.
So as you can tell, I have indulged in the local specialties. They actually tried to charge me 30,000 for this, but I'm a pretty good bargainer, so I got it down to 10. So, mi amiga aquí, my friend here, is doing a great job. ¿Cómo te llamas otra vez? Sabrina. Sabrina, mucho gusto. Gracias por su mensaje. This is what you should do when you come out to Playa Blanca. You have to get a massage, otherwise you haven't been here.
Come over, don't be scared of the thing, girl, come closer. You need to come over, bad man, we don't watch that. Even when we need to watch that. I got my gun on me.
Good morning, guys. It's Monday morning, and I'm enjoying my last moments on my little paradise island. I'm having this arepa for breakfast, which is a typical local thing. And hola, Claudia.
Hola.
Es mi mañana final en el isla, le dijo.
Es tu último día, sí.
Sí. So this is Claudia, for those who haven't seen her yet. She's actually the manager of the hostel, and she's been taking amazing care of me while I've been here. So, yo vuelvo seguro. Vuelvo muy pronto.
Esperemos que vuelvas muy pronto. Que hayas pasado muy bien aquí.
Gracias. So it's about 8 right now. At 9:30, I'm gonna catch myself a bus back to Cartagena, where I'll be for the rest of the week. Coming here, not having Wi-Fi, not having running water, and just like, you know, all these little things that I take for granted, it really helped me put things into perspective, and it really, like, it made me realize that I start getting actual withdrawals when I don't have Wi-Fi. I start getting nervous, I start getting anxious, and I start feeling like somehow bad things are happening and I'm not aware. So it made me realize that I have this addiction to constant communication and then information from the home front. So I would be like offline for about, you know, 20 hours, and then I would go online thinking, oh, you know, things are happening, and then I would go online and I would basically see that all my WhatsApp messages would be, you know, just random stuff, nothing really important. And it's kind of crazy to realize that I've been conditioned that way, and definitely confronting something that I have to be mindful of and try to work on. But how does one work on that when you always have Wi-Fi? It seems like the only way to disconnect and to get over this internet addiction is like going somewhere where they just don't have it, so you don't have the option to go online. Because if you do, you're always going to go online. You're always going to find an excuse as to why you should be online. And before you know it, you'll find yourself at an amazing beach in the middle of paradise, scrolling the gram, looking at artificial pictures while being surrounded by, you know, the Caribbean Ocean, palm trees, sand, and all this beauty. So definitely something to be mindful of. So that's it. I got my bags packed. I'm ready to go and say goodbye to Playa Blanca and Isla Barú. One last look at my little Caribbean paradise. And that was a lot, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to leave a comment, leave a thumbs up. I mean, you guys know the drill by now. Thank you though for watching, like from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate every single one of you being here with me. Wishing you all a great day. This is Denzo. Checking out.